Hello everybody, I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. So today we're going to be proving a claim about proper binary trees. Namely, that for any proper binary tree, so we're going to focus on proper binary trees specifically here. For any proper binary tree T with height h, that the number of leaves, so recall these are the nodes that have no children, is at most 2 to the power of h, where h again is the height. So we're going to use a couple of ingredients to prove this claim. So sort of the game plan is I'm going to consider the internal nodes and try to form a bound on those. Then I'm going to use a connection that the internal nodes have with the leaves to establish this claim here, because this claim is about leaves, and there's actually a very nice relationship between the internal nodes and the leaves in any proper binary tree. So we got to start where we usually do. We consider an arbitrary binary tree. This is binary tree T of height h. So as I suggested, we're going to try to look at the internal nodes first. We first determine an upper bound on the number of internal nodes. So recall the internal nodes, those are nodes with at least one child. In a proper binary tree, all the internal nodes have how many children? Well, 2. Have to have exactly 2. Versus a regular old binary tree, a regular old one, it would be at most 2 versus proper it's 2. So some people call, by the way, proper binary tree a full binary tree, just as a side note. The number of internal nodes. So I want you to think a little bit about this, okay? So we want to determine a bound on the internal nodes. So I'm going to draw a little picture. Remember, this is just an example of a tree. It's just an example. This is not a proof. This is just an example, okay? So here's a picture of a proper binary tree, right? The way we know is that if you look at any one of the internal nodes, they have exactly 2 children. So I want us to look at the level. So this is level 0. By the way, that's the root, just as a reminder. We always draw it at the top here in a rooted tree. That's just how we like to draw them. We draw them level by level, typically. 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. There's our beautiful little tree. Okay, it's a little doodle. But where are all the internal nodes? Where are they? Well, there's one on level 0, there's at least one on level 1, at least one on level 2, and at least one on level 3. Where will there never be an internal node? Well, the trees we're considering are finite in their size, meaning that there's a finite number of nodes. So there has to be the case where there's ultimately some node sitting at a node with maximum depth. There has to be some maximum depth for a node. So in our example here, they're right here. These are 2 nodes with maximum depth. But you could imagine any other proper binary tree. There might be more leaves at that level. But are there going to be ever internal nodes at this level, the level that is the highest? No, it's never going to be the case because an internal node has at least one child, right? By definition. So we know something about all of these levels will have internal nodes, but never this level, never this one. That only has leaves in it. So we're going to use this fact. So observe that internal nodes, this says internal, it sort of got scratched up by Miss Kitty the cat. Observe that internal nodes occur on levels 0, 1, 2, all the way up to h minus 1. Notice that it's h minus 1 because that's level h would be those of maximum depth, where h itself is the height, right? So for example, here, this tree has height 4, but notice that the level with maximum depth, the maximum depth level, for which these nodes have maximum depth, they have 4 ancestors. So, of t, but never on level h. But never on level h. So even if I were trying to look at these levels, there's going to be internal nodes in there, right? There's got to be internal nodes in there. Some of them may be internal nodes, some may not be. But the point is I'm coming up with a bound on the number of internal nodes, okay? I'm trying to come up with an upper bound. But I know most certainly there are internal nodes in those levels, in these levels here. But not that last one. As all the nodes on these levels of T include internal nodes, by a previous theorem. I haven't given it a name or anything. I'm just going to tell you what this lemma is. This lemma, by the way, it says that for any binary tree, not just a proper one, but for any binary tree, if the tree has at least I plus 1 levels to it, level I has at most 2 to the power of I many nodes in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these levels in mind and use that bound from this lemma. So by a previous lemma, the number of internal nodes is at most, okay, well, that's level 0, level 1, level 2, all the way up to level h minus 1. This serves as an upper bound because the number of internal nodes the internal nodes occur at these levels, right? There might be other nodes in here, but this is most certainly a bound on it, right? So, what does that mean? Well, notice that I have a bunch of terms here. These terms here are being added together. This is actually a finite series. So I'm going to write it as a summation, where the lower limit is 0, the upper limit is h minus 1. What's in common with all of these terms? It's 2 to a something, right? So I'm going to write 2 to the I, because that's the variable I've chosen to iterate over each of these terms. Now, for some that it might be astute, they may recognize that this is actually a really well-known finite series. That is the geometric series. Now, I'm not going to prove this, but I'll normally write this down here, but I want to give us some space here. You can prove that there's actually a closed form expression for this. You can use induction, for example, to prove this. It's 2 to the h minus, take whatever's the upper limit, you put it right here, add 1 to it, and then you take, in this particular case, it'll look like this. So I'm just employing that this is a finite geometric series. When what is typically called R in the expression here, and R is 2. So if you're not sure where I got this from, it's actually a closed form expression for the finite geometric series. I've just specialized it in this case, okay? So I'm just going to simplify that down. Okay, it's 2 to the h minus 1 plus 1. The minus 1 and the plus 1 in the exponent here, they annihilate each other. So I end up with 2 to the power of h minus 1 over 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is just 1, so I end up with 2 to the h minus 1 like this. Nice, right? Are we done yet? No, because I have not yet proved the claim, right? But now I have a very helpful thing now. I have that the number of internal nodes is at most 2 to the power of h minus 1. I'm just going to note that right here because we're going to use that. This is just off to the side in our proof. Now, also, just like that picture over there. It's not a part of the proof. So the number of internal nodes is going to be at most 2 to the power of h minus 1. So let's head over here and let's complete the proof. So now we have one piece to this puzzle. We have something about the internal nodes, but here's the thing. We also have another very helpful relationship that internal nodes have with their leaves in a proper binary tree. So this is true for proper binary trees. I'm going to employ this fact, which you're going to see in a moment, as follows. To wrap up the proof. Therefore, by employing or applying, I'll say employing for fun, by employing both a previous theorem, I didn't give it a name, but this theorem says that the number of leaves in a proper binary tree is exactly equal to the number of internal nodes plus 1. By previous theorem and the above inequality, this is assuming above means sideways. Of course, I would recommend if you find yourself in a situation like this, you can give this a star. You can say, and by the above inequality star, or just say, and the inequality star. So do note you would put the star beside the inequality that's part of the proof, not our side note. I just wanted to make it a little bit clearer for you. So now we can use that the number of leaves is equal to the number of internal nodes. So the number of leaves is equal to the number of internal nodes plus 1. So this is from the theorem. So this is from that theorem. But what does that mean? Well, I have a bound on the number of internal nodes. This is 2 to the power of h minus 1 plus 1. So that's from the inequality. That's from star. Well, minus 1 plus 1, that just means it's 2 to the power of h. Completing the proof. Neat, right?